Hello and welcome to the New Style AQA GCSE Specimen paper. This is the June 2000, well it's the 2015 New Style paper. This is the 8300 series and this is 8300/3H, which means it's the third paper and it's the higher tier. This is a calculator paper. I can't stress enough to read and understand the instructions. If at the start of the exam you have any questions about the instructions, do ask the invigilator and they can clarify the instructions. I'll just quickly run through them. You will need a calculator and mathematical instruments, so you don't be afraid to use your calculator in this paper. One of the things I have to stress though, if you're going to use a scientific calculator, make sure it has the right settings. If you're working in radians and your calculator's set to degrees, you've failed, or you will get the wrong answer. If you're working in degrees and your calculator's set to radians, again, so make sure your calculator's set to the right setting. Use black ink or ballpoint pen, draw diagrams in pencil, answer all questions. Take this one with a pinch of salt. If you get stuck on a question, don't waste time on a question you can't answer. Move on, do the other questions. When you get to the end of the exam, go back and try and do the questions that you couldn't answer. You must answer the questions in the spaces provided. Do not write outside the box, around each page or on blank pages. Do all rough work in this book. In all calculations, show clearly how you work out your answer. The marks for questions are shown in brackets. The maximum mark for this paper is 80. This is something I like to look at. If we've got 80 marks and the exam is 1 hour 30 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes is 90 minutes. So that gives us 1 minute for each mark, with 10 minutes at the end of the exam to go back and check our work. You may ask for more answer paper, graph paper or tracing paper. These must be tagged securely to the answer book. Okay, the important thing here is to make sure you fill this bit in. If you don't, they can't trace who you are and all your hard work will be for nothing. Okay, let's quickly hoover up a few of these quick marks. Work out the square root of 100 million. Circle your answer. Well, there's two ways to do this. Hopefully you just think, oh, the square root of 100 is 10, the square root of a million is 1,000, the square root of 100 million is 10,000. You circle this one. The alternative is you can think in terms of your standard notation or your exponents. 100 million is 10 to the power 8, which is 1 with 8 zeros on the end. So 10 to the power 8, raise that to the power a half, which is the square root, and use your law of indices. So that's 10 to the power, open brackets, 8 times a half, and a half of 8 is 4, so that the square root of 10 to the power 8 is 10 to the power 4, and so 1 with 4 zeros on the end is your answer. So question 2, circle the vector a minus b. So this is a, this is b. The way to subtract vectors is just to subtract the components. So this is 5 minus negative 2, which is subtracting a negative is the same as adding. So that's 5 plus 2 is 7. And negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. So here's your answer, is 7 comma negative 5. Okay, in question 3, circle the decimal that is closest in value to 2/3. If you don't know that 2/3 is 0.666666666666 recurring, you can just use your calculator, type 2 divided by 3, see the answer. Which is closest? Well, that 0.66 is pretty close and 0.67 is closer, but 0.667 is the closest of the lot. Okay, question 4, y is directly proportional to x. Which graph shows this? Circle the correct letter. So y is directly proportional to x means y equals a constant times x. So we're looking for a graph that goes through the origin, and it, as x goes up, so y goes up. So we're looking for a positive gradient that goes through the origin, and it's a straight line. So this answer D is the correct one. and question 5 is worth 3 marks, so we will dwell on question 5. Hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video.